Hello everybody, today is the 30th of June 2026 and we're going to give you an update on the garden today. Uh, it is like 95 degrees outside. It's starting to cool off a little bit. It's in the evening here and we're going to get switched over back to the normal camera here. Alright, so switched back over. And I'm just going to give you an update on the garden. One thing we did is we put this fencing in here, and then I've got this trim. It's actually automotive trim, and I put that on top all along the edge here. That way you don't get cut up every time you come down in here into the fenced area. My wife was getting cut every time she went in here, so I got this trim for like $12. All right, there we go. We'll turn this water on here. We're going to give everything a little soaking of water, and I don't know why that is on, but let me take care of that real quick. All right, there we go. All right, so give it a little bit of water here. For bug control, I've been using a mixture of vinegar and water with a little bit of dish soap and a little bit of lemon juice. You can use lemon oil if you want. So in the corner over there, we got green beans and cucumbers growing out of a couple of cans. We're kind of encouraging them to grow along the fence. Over here, what I'm watering is it's called lemongrass. And it's really good to add into a salad if you want to help lower blood pressure. The reddish color leaf, I'm not sure what those are. My wife got them from a friend of hers. And she didn't really know what the name of them were. She just said that, so we got a lot of them growing in here with our lettuce too. So anyway, I'm going to get some water in here. So what I do is I'll water the plants real good. It's been really hot the last couple of days, but I think we've only got the heat index warning us until Wednesday, 7 p.m. So tomorrow night it should be over with. So I've been watering everything, just making sure it's nice and moist. So after I water, what I'll do is I'll spray everything down with some of that right over here in those Windex bottles there. It's just the homemade anti-bug concoction that I have made up there. I found it actually on YouTube, and it works real good. It keeps the bugs off. What I like to do is I like to spray the individual tomatoes as well, because that way the bugs stay off the tomatoes. We tend to get a lot of bugs around here. Then we've got squirrels that come in here, so we do have a squirrel stopper, and we have the other anti-bug spray that my wife was spraying over here in the pear tree. And this tree, she sprayed it and then lost the flowers, so now we don't have very much fruit coming in this year on those. So I don't expect to get a whole lot from that. There are a few pears on there, like you can see a few right here. There's one right there. The other tree seems to be doing a little better, but part of that tree died and then it just came back on its own. And last year we didn't get much fruit out of it, but this year we got a little bit more fruit. It's doing good, and we'll see how it ends up. But just have issues over here between the squirrels, the rabbits, and everything else. We had rabbits in the garden here, and my wife wanted to try to get them out of here before they got big, but I just said just leave them in here. So they kind of grew up in here, and then the mother came and got them out, and I used to pull back they were right over here, and I would pull back the dried grass, and I would pet them and everything, and they would just like look at me really scared and everything. But this wire was going through their nest, so the mother chewed the thing, and I had to get my spare moisture sensor out and install that. Um, so I've still got the old one. I'm going to try and repair it. So anyway, that's what that. We had this over here corner where she would get in and then try to crawl through the bottom corner here. And so I put this fencing in. Again, we've got the the car molding on the top here, and then we got wood along the base and brick along the bottom here. And pretty much it keeps well, it don't keep the squirrels out, but it keeps the rabbits out. And uh, so what I have to do now is spray the rabbit spray. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And then what I do is I just go along here, along the edge of the garden here, and spray that in there. It stinks. It smells kind of like mint. It's like a mint oil or something. You can see where it kind of burned the leaves. And so I try not to get too much of it on the plant itself. I'll just spray the edge of the garden. When the plants were first coming up, the squirrels would get in there and start digging up around the tomato plants. So I had to spray quite a bit along along the tomatoes and everything. Now it's they're kind of leaving things alone because I spray along the base here, and that odor that they can smell, that they don't like it very much. So you get that sprayed on here, and then I'll spray a little in there. We've got some pepper plants coming in. They're not doing fantastic, but they're finally coming in. And all right, so that is the spray for the squirrels. And then the spray here, this is I like to get the tomato direct, and this year we're doing real good. Last year's tomatoes, I had beefsteak tomatoes growing, and you only got one, maybe two tomatoes per plant, and then once they became ripe, the plant was done for the year. So these here are like regular tomato plants, and just to keep the bugs off of them, first thing I spray is I'll spray the tomatoes themselves, and then I'll hit the leaves. And one of the bugs that I notice that come out here a lot are earwicks, and I haven't really seen any. I'll come out here at night. That's when they like to come out and chew on the leaves. But I come out here at night, and I haven't seen anything really chewing on any of the tomatoes or anything. So I think this vinegar water solution with soap and a little bit of lemon juice works out real good. So what I use is I'll put 30 ounces of what is this? This is a 32-ounce bottle. So I'll put 30, maybe about 29 ounces of water in there. I'll measure it out. I'll put 2 ounces of vinegar, about a teaspoon or maybe a little more of dish soap in there, and then I'll just dab in a little bit of lemon juice in there too. I think that lemon, they don't like that either. And just to make it taste bad so the bugs don't like to chew on it, then they'll go look for something else to chew on. So anyway, this is the horticulture and dormant spray oil. It kills aphids and and other kind of bugs that like to stay on the leaves and chew on them and actually live on the leaf. And then she has this other animal repellent that she uses too. But I think what happened was with uh, the uh, the all season spray there, she she hit the leaves too much when the flowers were still on the leaf or on the plant, and some of the flowers came off, and then because they came off, then the fruit never grew. So you got to look around here pretty good to find any fruit now. Last year we had quite a bit of fruit, but I don't think that's going to be the case this year. So here's another one. So she'll get a little bit, but it's not like it was last year. So anyway, that's our garden update for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Uh, I've done another video on how we get the watering done. Like if we're not out here to water, this year what I did was we've been pretty much watering by hand, but we have the automated system to water in case, like if we're gone for a few days and you get days like today where, if you didn't have any kind of water coming back here at all, the plants would really do bad. And so the automated system is there as a backup, but pretty much you've been watering by hand every day, and the garden seems to be responding a lot better than if you just relied on the drip system by itself and didn't put any additional water on there. I fertilize about once a week, so I'll put like a cap full of this plant food in in a bucket like this. That's about 2 gallons of water in that bucket. So one cap for every 2 gallons, and I do that maybe once every week, sometimes every 2 weeks, and it's been making a big difference in the growth of the plant. Um, Outside of the garden here, if you look over here, I've got some sunflowers growing, and those were transplanted from the front yard. The shorter ones there that you can see, uh, yeah, they're the shorter ones right there. Uh, they were chewed up by the rabbits. The rabbits like to chew on the smaller plants because they're soft and chewy and tasty. So um, the rabbits that we've been getting in the yard, I think, are the young ones that I uh, had here in the garden. And then finally the mother came and she took them out. But you see them running around. There's 2 or 3 of them that she had 3 in the nest. So there's always like 1 or 2 out here in the yard. They're probably under those bushes over there. And they like to chew on those younger plants. So if you don't spray them with something and get it where they don't like the taste of it, they're going to destroy all your plants. All right, well, I'm going to sign off for now, and thanks for watching the video.